17th century, but their process had yet to be perfected, and the resulting rum was, at its best, hard to swallow. In 1703, the first record of a deed for a distillery on a hilltop in St. Lucie Parish established the oldest producer of rum in the world. The contrarily named owner of this distillery, John Sober, had sought the help of his friend Sir John Gay to manage the estate and the rum-making process. Sir John Gay made dramatic improvements to the business of the distillery and to the quality of the rum. In time, the entire operation was renamed Mount Gay Distilleries in his honor, and it is still operated on the same plot of land right here in St. Lucie, Barbados. The island of Barbados is a lush tropical landscape with rich soil, ideal for growing sugarcane. In the 18th century, large-scale refinement of sugar left colonists on the island with a surplus of molasses. At first, considered a burden for disposal, molasses soon became known as black gold when it was discovered that its lucrative fermentation into rum offset the cost of running a refinery. This happy accident forever changed the economy of Barbados. Today, Barbados is a thriving island community with a strong culture and intact natural beauty. In addition to the strength, ingenuity, and warmth of the Barbadian people, a major factor in the island's continued success can be owed to rum. Mount Gay rum is the product of over 310 years of refinement. Today, our facilities combine modern techniques with traditional craft to produce rums that exhibit our signature style. Rums with body and aromatic character. We began with fermentation, a process fundamental to our signature style because it is where we combine the first and only ingredients in our rum, Caribbean molasses and coral filtered water. Molasses of the highest quality is pressed from hand-cut sugarcane. It is then combined with an exceptionally pure Barbadian water. The island of Barbados is formed of coral, a porous foundation which acts as a natural filter for the groundwater deep beneath the island. This coral-filtered water is then filtered 3 more times for absolute purity. A proprietary strain of yeast, selected exclusively for Mount Gay rums, is added to the mix, and in centuries-old tradition, the process of fermentation is conducted in the open air, where the Barbadian climate asserts itself. The next step is distillation. This is where Mount Gay's distinct, bold character is coaxed from the ferment through double copper pot distillation, a unique process which has been in continuous use at Mount Gay distilleries since 1703. The fermented liquid is heated, and its vapors are condensed through a series of chambers, concentrating the flavor notes of the rum, resulting in a finer and more aromatically intense distillate. This process is then repeated a second time. Distillates emerge from the double copper pot full of robust, nearly wild character that must be tamed in the aging and blending process through the addition of a distillate from a single column still. This is a still with a tall single column that distills the fermented liquid just once for a lighter, smoother flavor profile. Next, the single and double distillates are aged separately in their own toasted oak whiskey barrels. The process of aging rum was discovered accidentally by merchant sailors who found that rum transported to Europe or the Americas for months in wooden barrels tasted better on arrival than it did in its port of origin. The rum, which started the journey as a clear, sharp liquid, had taken on an amber hue and become significantly smoother. The harsh edges softened. Caramelized notes of molasses, hints of vanilla, and earthy aromas now come to the fore. Today, Mount Gay rums are matured in toasted white oak barrels, which previously held American whiskey. As each distillate comes to maturity in its own barrel, our master blender Alan Smith determines their character and flavor notes. These matured single and double distillates are blended together to produce the unique flavor profile of each blend of Mount Gay rum. This combination of exacting process and handmade artistry has allowed Mount Gay to produce a range of consistently exceptional rums for over 3 centuries. Mount Gay rums are among the highest awarded spirits of any category throughout the world. Our dedication to craft is evident in each of our blends. Eclipse is the reference for character by which every variety of Mount Gay rum is blended. Eclipse has a brilliant amber color and distinctive floral and fruity notes of apricot and banana with hints of vanilla. Eclipse Silver is clean and aromatic in contrast to Eclipse's rich smokiness. Silver offers a balanced, mellow harmony of sugarcane syrup and banana, infused with notes of peppermint and citrus. Black Barrel is a small batch blend made of matured double pot and column distillates. which have been finished in deeply charred whiskey barrels, releasing complex notes of spice, toasted wood, and ripe fruit. Extra Old is an opulent blend of significantly older barrels that have rounded their crisper notes into a subtle balance of ripe banana, toasted vanilla, pastry, and warm spice. 1703 Old Cask is a selection of the finest single and double distillates from Mount Gay's oldest and rarest and most noteworthy barrels, perfectly balanced for a subtle, harmonious final blend with a refined harmony of oaky and caramel notes. Barbados is situated at the crossroads of the Caribbean Sea and the Atlantic Ocean, directly in the path of some of the world's most historic and lucrative trade routes. In earlier centuries, sailors proved their passage to the Caribbean by returning to Europe with a barrel of Barbadian rum, which had been aged to perfection while at sea. Thus began Mount Gay rum's historic relationship with maritime culture. Today, Mount Gay sponsors over 150 regattas every year and awards its highly coveted red caps to the most outstanding participants. Mount Gay is the oldest and most storied rum in the world. It is legendary Barbadian craftsmanship, seafaring spirit, and a historic icon distilled into a drink of remarkable quality. With a signature full body and rich complex flavors that have earned international tasting awards and critical acclaim, and a faithful consistency to a time-honored process ensures that it will be rediscovered for generations to come. For those seeking a rum that evokes a timeless excellence, there is Mount Gay rum, and there's a time and a place to which its craft stays true. Mount Gay rum, established 1703.